Hi everyone, I'm Jen. Welcome to week 3. This is for digestion, the earth element, and helping to boost the immune system. This is the short version. There's also a sort of hour-ish long version of the practice. And how the digestion relates to the immune system is if you don't have good digestion, you're not getting the energy that you need. And without that energy, without that fortification, you're going to have a hard time building that Wei Qi, that protective Qi around you that's associated with the lungs and the metal element that we were doing last week. So the element that the digestion corresponds with is the earth element, other elements too, but primarily the earth element, which encompass the stomach and spleen, which are located on your left side, sort of just under the ribs. The colour that's associated with those is a golden yellow colour. Time of the year, last week metal was autumn. This week the earth is various periods of the year. It's late summer, in between summer and autumn. It's also the solstices and the equinoxes, so it's sort of liminal in between times when things are fairly even. And so we might bring like a golden yellow colour into some of our visualizations here. We're going to be focusing largely on this energy center here. Now, just to confuse you, I know in our first class I said that there are 3 energy centers: the lower dantian below your navel, between your navel and pubic bone, upper dantian at heart height, middle dantian, then upper dantian in your head. But in an older conception of energy centers, we had lower dantian, middle dantian here, which we'll be focusing on at solar plexus height, which is just underneath your ribs and sternum. And then your upper dantian was at your heart. So your middle dantian in this conception of the energy centers was your earth center. So this was also known as the yellow court, the kind of area of the body where everything was gathered to be digested, not just food, also emotions and thoughts and experiences that you're processing throughout the day. So with that, we'll crack on and do a little bit of acumassage. You want to locate your navel, then measure 2 fingers widths underneath your navel and press there. Press and make circles. That's a point called Ren 6 or Qi High or Sea of Qi. And this is a point that's very good for all things digestive. It's also good for energy levels if you're really fatigued. It's also good for sort of mental and emotional problems. So it's just a really nice all-rounder. I find it really, really soothing if I'm in a bit of a state or if I don't feel well. This is a relatively easy point to find and can really help kind of take the edge off things. So again, it's just 2 fingers widths underneath your navel. And with fingers widths, I appreciate everyone's fingers are a different width, but it's your own fingers widths on your body because they will be in proportion with you and your energy meridians. Okay, we're going to do an exercise called Qi belt breathing. So with this, you bring your hands to your sides, just underneath your lowest ribs. And we're going to inhale and exhale through the nose, but as we inhale, we're going to expand this region. As we exhale, push the hands in slightly to expel the air. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. I seem to have closed my eyes here. You don't have to. It feels quite relaxing. Also very stimulating of the digestive organs. I did just record the long version before this, and it has definitely done something, but I'll wait to go to the loo until afterwards. Okay, so we're going to move on to a purging exercise, which is very good for stimulating the digestion. It's called beating and drumming the Qi, or the peristalsis pump, peristalsis being the movement of food through the digestive tract. So I'll turn to the side so you can see what I mean. We're going to make T-Rex arms like so in front of us. And as we inhale, we're going to bring the elbows into our belly, crunch the abdomen a bit, round the back slightly, tuck the tailbone in slightly. As we exhale, move the arms back out and down. Inhaling through the nose, crunch. Exhaling out the mouth. Inhale. So slight tucking of the tailbone on the inhale, just to sort of contract the abdomen and the digestive organs. And stop. And I'll turn around, face you. After purging, it can be a good time to just sort of stop and listen to the body, feel what's going on inside. Purging are quite kind of purging exercises kind of release through the exhale out of the mouth, and the slightly more vigorous movements, they help to sort of release stuck emotional energy, mental energy, physical energy, stagnant energy, sort of anything that might be creating issues and illness. Now we're going to move to shaking. So bounce the heels into the floor, shake the arms, feel the head bouncing on the neck slightly. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. But we're going to incorporate the earth healing sound for this, which is so it's like H-O-O-O, but it's quite guttural. So we inhale through the nose and exhale as we continue to shake. Eyes open or closed, whatever feels good to you. We'll leave it there. Stop and feel. How do you feel after that purging exercise? And we're going to move on to an exercise called separating heaven and earth. This is going to involve holding a chi ball or an energy ball at your abdomen. So one hand is at solar plexus height, the other hand is below the lower dantian. We're going to lift the top hand, lower the bottom hand. So the palm is facing up, palm is facing down. Then we're going to bring that back down to that chi ball. We're going to rotate the chi ball so the other hand is on top. We're going to exhale, push the hands away from each other, separating heaven and earth. Inhale back to center, make that chi ball, rotate the chi ball, exhale and repeat. This is all in and out through the nose here. If you have to speed the movement up so that it's in time with your breathing, feel free to do that. You want to slow down the movement as much as possible, but you don't want to make yourself uncomfortable. Some days I can really struggle with slow, deep breaths. I just can't do it. I feel like I'm going to pass out. It's not worth, injuring yourself. You've got to work within the limits of what your body is able to do at that present moment. And if it's not what you were able to do yesterday, that's okay. And pause. And you can point the palms towards each other here. See if you can feel anything between the palms. Close your eyes. You feel any warmth, any tingling, like a magnetic sensation? If you do, that means you're feeling your qi. If you don't, that's totally okay. With time and with regular Qigong practice, you will start to notice these sensations. Okay, good. Pop your hands on your lap while I quickly check what we're doing next, because my brain fog will not let me do this without my lesson plan. So we're going to do wave flow as a closing movement. And this is making gentle circles, inhaling on the way up and exhaling on the way down, all through the nose. As you inhale, back to the hands face each other. Exhale, you're sort of tracing around an imaginary ball in front of you. You inhale, slight wave up the spine. Exhale, slight lean forward, slight tuck of the tailbone. It's very slight. It's more of a tuck of a tailbone than a lean forward. But don't worry if you can't incorporate that. It's kind of difficult to do seated. Mostly we want to focus on sort of what the upper body is doing and what the breathing is doing. But if you can, it means that when you inhale and come back up, you're able to kind of wave up the spine slightly. I'll turn to the side so you can kind of see what I mean. So we're inhaling, exhale, inhale, exhale. And pause. Turn back so I'm facing you. I'll close down with putting down the heavens. So inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. We're gathering the qi with our hands from around us. We're drawing it through the central line of the body, through the head, down to the heart, down to the lower dantian. You can imagine this qi is anything you want, really. Be a coloured light. It can be whatever sort of quality of energy you feel you need right now. If you need to be energized, it can be quite a sort of bright, vibrant, sparky energy. If you need to calm down, it can be a sort of slow, relaxing, gentle energy. You can think about temperature, texture, sound, shape. And you can make it bubbles, butterflies. I tend to stick with coloured light. Maybe I'm a bit boring, because we've been doing the earth element, and the earth element is to do with the gold and yellow light. That's what I'm imagining right now. You can close your eyes if that helps. Gathering it from up around you, drawing it through the central line of the body to rest in the lower dantian, which is the energy center, midway between the navel and the pubic bone. We'll just bring our hands to rest here, one palm on top of the other. Take a few deep breaths in and out through the nose. Close the eyes if you want to. We'll finish with just a little bit of stimulating abdominal massage. Loose fists from the solar plexus down to the pubic bone. We'll just drag those fists at whatever pressure feels good to you. You can experiment. This helps to stimulate the digestive organs, but also there are a lot of acupressure points here, like we did Ren 6 at the start, which was 2 fingers width below the navel. There are many others that this helps to stimulate as well. And then we can separate the fists slightly so that we're coming out to the sides. Back to the center. And then we can draw circles with those fists up your right side, down your left side, following the direction of movement in the large intestine, which can help if you need to go to the loo. If you can't stop going to the loo, make the circles go in the other direction. So up your right, down your left. And we'll leave it there. Thank you for joining me for this shortened version of Qigong for the immune system via the digestive system. Feel free to check out the longer version if you've got more time, and I'll see you next week.